French choreographer Benoit Richaud spoke about the exclusion of Russian skaters from competitions. Russian figure skating has always had a huge impact on the development of the sport. Over the years, Russia has produced many incredible skaters, coaches, choreographers, and styles that have inspired generations around the world. From a purely sports and artistic perspective, when strong athletes are absent from competitions, it is inevitable that it is felt, as it is the high-level competition that drives everyone forward, both creatively and technically. I believe that figure skating only benefits when there is a very high level of skill around the world, and many different schools, styles, and personalities contribute to the evolution of the sport, said Richaud, who has choreographed programs for several Russian figure skaters for the upcoming season. French choreographer Benoit Richaud came to Russia for a week and a half, and he has a lot of work to do. What is Richaud's secret? Russian figure skaters are currently training in Novogorsk, and Richaud's arrival has brought many of them together. Here are the skaters that Richaud is currently working with in Russia. Alexandra Trusova short program, Kamila Valieva shorter free programs, Evgeny Semenenko short program, Vasilisa Kaganovskaya Maxim Nekrasov free dance, Maria Fefilova Artem Valov free dance. By the way, for the sake of Valieva, Richaud even postponed his flight. He planned to come for 9 days, but changed his tickets because he had agreed with Kamila at the last minute. In addition, Sofia Fedchenko's group plans to visit Richaud's training camp in Europe, possibly with Alina Gorbacheva, who is recovering from an injury. Richaud is currently the only foreign choreographer working with Russian figure skaters during their suspension from international competitions. A year ago, he only singled out Miss Hin's group. The fact is that we have a special relationship with Alexei Mishin. Let us just say that I won't collaborate with other coaches and their athletes at this time. Now, the choreographer is open to any suggestions. This is my 3rd time coming to work in Russia, and I don't see any problem with it. Moreover, I know that other choreographers are now willing to work with Russian skaters after seeing my performance. So far, both sides have been delighted. Richaud praises the Russian figure skating stars, and they praise the Frenchman's choreography and methods. For example, this is how Sofia Muravyeva described last year's production. It was the first free program that I found most comfortable. It's very comfortable. For the first time, I enjoyed skating the program, and I wanted to skate it because it was comfortable in every aspect. Currently, Benoit is sharing a lot of content from Novogorsk, especially with Trusova. Sasha is a completely unique athlete. She is already an icon of our sport, and what attracts me to her is that there is still a lot to discover artistically, beyond just her jumps. She has a very special energy and presence on the ice. Alexandra, who had been dreaming of a program by Richaud, responds, "I thought I had seen all sides of figure skating. Until today." The Olympic season was a special one for the 38-year-old Richaud. He has been choreographing programs for top figure skaters for about 10 years, although after his own career in figure skating, he went into music, drama, and even worked as a barista. This year, he made a breakthrough by winning the ISU Skating Awards for Best Choreographer for the 2nd time, and at the Olympic Games in Milan, he became a meme by appearing in the kissing and tears zone wearing jackets from different national teams. Benoit has choreographed 27 Olympic programs for 16 participants from 13 countries: Georgia, France, Japan, the United States, and Canada. He takes on all kinds of projects. However, Richaud started his career in Russia, working with Alexei Ermanov's group in Sochi in 2013, and later collaborating with Miss Hin. Benoit still considers Miss Hin to be the foremost expert in figure skating, and he regularly invites Alexei Nikolaevich to his training sessions. Miss Hin is the only one who is allowed to make changes to his productions. Others do not have this privilege, and Richaud is very strict about it. I don't trust anyone in matters of technology more than him. His method is a miracle, it always works. I don't think everyone understands how brilliant he is. Yes, I know that he is a legend in Russia, but believe me, the scale of his figure is even greater. Richaud confessed. Miss Hin reciprocates. Why do I trust him with my students? Because I want it to be a little unusual. We also have wonderful specialists, but our choreographers often have a more philosophical understanding and storyline on the ice. And Benoit is an impressionist, he works with broad strokes. Has like Kandinsky, Malevich, or Petrov Vodkin with his painting The Red Horse Bathing. Has not like Repin or Shishkin, but he has something of Marc Chagall about him. What is Richaud's method? 1. He prefers long-term collaborations. Benoit choreographs a lot of programs. 27 reached Milan 2026, but 36 were planned. Not all skaters were selected. And this is without taking into account Russian athletes last season. Richaud already choreographed for Kaganovskaya and Nekrasova and also worked with Sofia Muravieva. But what is more important is that the Frenchman focuses not only on quantity, but also on quality. He chooses long-term cooperation. Nowadays, there is something like a fashion for changing choreographers every year. One choreographer does the short program, another choreographer does the free skate, and then new choreographers work the next year, and so on. I don't think it's very smart. This is what sets Russian teams apart for the better. The skaters work with the same choreographer for many years. They have time to develop the athlete. Many of the great champions of the past worked with the same choreographer for many years, and I think this was one of the secrets to their success. Richaud himself has some super successful examples of this work: Kaori Sakamoto and her Matrix Gladiator, and the latest short for Time to Say Goodbye. Adam Schiampfa and all of his programs from the last 6 seasons, including the Olympic Leonardo da Vinci and creation of Adam. 2. Focuses on the athlete. According to Ms. Hin, Richaud is about choreographing charisma, not just stretching your fingers. Therefore, it is not surprising that Benoit does not base his productions on music or plot, but rather chooses music and plot for the skater. And, like many top choreographers, he knows how to hide the flaws and emphasize the strengths of the performer. This is why Daniel Grassel's The White Raven does not focus on ballet choreography, and Brady Tennell's performance of Vivaldi's The Four Seasons transforms the classic into a manifesto about environmental issues. Richaud is against breaking a skater for the sake of an image in the program. His message is completely different. I want the skaters to be themselves. 3. Not afraid of experiments. This point follows from the previous one. Richaud himself in an interview with Maya Bagrianseva explained it this way: I think fears more courage. Skaters are more and more often not afraid to take strange, non-banal music without fear of what will the judges think. And I'm very happy about it. I see more personal taste on the ice, and the athletes are skating to their own chosen music. They are also willing to experiment with their style, rather than sticking to the same image they have already found. I think this can be considered a trend. The more diversity there is on the ice, the more the audience responds, and I believe we are moving in the right direction. This is the reason for Adam Schiampfa's 2-part story in the 2022-23 season. Nina Pinzerin's unconventional Swan Lake in the 2024-25 season. And Steven Gogolev's recent programs, which help him make a breakthrough this season. Of course, not all of Benoit's programs are memorable, as it would be strange to produce 30 to 40 masterpieces every season. Additionally, not all skaters are capable of handling modern choreography. In any case, Richaud's productions promise quality. Only the competition will determine whether they become hits.